You're not ready. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. What's up, shorty? Excuse my grammar. Can't help but notice you's a bad man, Gemma. If I take you home, I'ma drop that hammer. My swag got flash like a room full of cameras. Baby, you can be a trainer. Pop it, drop it, let me in. Haters hate it when winners win. So pop that booty in. Do it again. And I love how you make those haters mad. Built like a stallion and she so bad. Ugly chicks, they gon' feel sad, cause she got something that they wish they had. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. You so dope, you can be a model. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Booty so big, it can hold a bottle. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that you at least acknowledge the fact.
What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome to Tuesday. It's the Nashville Cavemen podcast. I am your host, Damo Unleashed, here for another Tuesday edition of the podcast with a good friend of mine that I consider like a brother. Roll out the red carpet and let him introduce himself. So here's rolling out the red carpet.
Thank you, Damo. Hey, everybody, man. First of all, God is good. We woke up to see another day. We woke up to see another week. You know, this is the day that God made, and we're going to rejoice in it. But for those of you who don't know me, or for the first time watching this show, which I hope this ain't the first time y'all been watching this show, my name is Sky Black, and I'm a pro wrestler. So this Saturday in Huntington, Tennessee, the Carroll County Civic Center, I'll be down in Swag going one-on-one versus T-Dog for the Swag Southern Heavyweight Championship that I never lost. See, I broke my wrist, so I had to relinquish it. And then when I relinquished it, he won it. So he never beat me for it. So he's never beaten me. So now I got to go back and get what's rightfully mine. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fan strap. Yeah, so it's a fan strap match. So if you're down there, they're going to raffle tickets. And if they call your number, you get to stand around the ring with belts. If I thought I had one near me. You get to stand around the ring with belts, and whatever wrestler gets thrown outside the ring, you get to hit them with the belt. So that's this Saturday, down in Swag, a fan strap match between me and him for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. But then you'd also know I'm a music publisher, so as you can see at the bottom of the screen tonight, the D-Bling radio show will be playing. You see it is at offtopradio.com. That's the radio station, the online station. And the show is the D-Bling radio show. And then we have the Hard Hitter radio show that plays your music on the weekends. And then once we do that, we'll put you on offtoprecords.net where we'll stream your music like iTunes and Tidal and things like that. And then you get moved on to Mr. Damo here where he will interview you and put you in the name of the listing so fans can vote for the male artist of the year and female artist of the year, the inaugural award show this December. I have a friend, Damo, did he ever contact you? His name is Jay Money, and he had an artist that he wanted to get interviewed. Did he ever contact you?
I haven't heard from anybody like that.
Okay.
Is he supposed to email me? Because I got to check my emails.
Well, now I was telling him to find you on Facebook because he was talking to me on Facebook. Okay, so he hadn't moved yet. Okay, well, one of his artists, I play his music on the radio show. I play his artist music on the radio show. So he was looking for somebody to do interviews because she has a show. I don't even know what the damn show is, to be honest with you.
You know what, Sky? if you could do me a favor,
Yes.
if you can pass him my number and tell him to give me a text message. Tell him to text me and I'll call him right back. And I can, because I do got an interview with an artist tomorrow. Okay, to another friend of mine. So if I'm able to get in contact with him today, maybe by Thursday we can have that interview set up. So
okay.
Sure.
Well, whoever it is going to be at the Golden Girls Event Hall, July the 6th at 8 p.m. So again, his name is Jay Money. I will shoot you his number, and I'll shoot him your number so he can contact you.
Okay, awesome.
So but you can go ahead now, Damo.
And I got an artist that I'm interviewing tomorrow, so make sure y'all stay tuned to that. I may move it because what I do want to do is give more room to promote, so I may move it to next Wednesday. But I'll get in touch with him and see if he want to do it tomorrow or if he want to move it. But we are looking for as many artists as we can possibly find, male and female. It doesn't matter the genre. We're having a competition, and it's all based on fan voting. That means the fans are responsible for who ends up as the Soul Driven Artist of the Year. I'm not a big fan of panels or people voting like that. I think all award shows should be based on fans. I think the fans, man, should have the final say. So this award, that's what I want. I want the fans to be involved and the fans to have the final say. And good luck to all the artists that have come through here and that are working and dropping albums and doing shows, and merchandise and everything like that, man. I love to see it. So
yeah, man, I love that fire thing behind you, man. How'd you do that?
Man, it's hooked up through a I'm gonna tell you, it's basically hooked up through a laptop. So I have my laptop HDMI is running from the laptop on, and then in front I got the screen in front of me just had Nashville Cavemen.
Right,
so,
that's dope. I like that.
Thank you. Yep, and so I rearranged. It feels better in here, man. I got a lot more room. It felt like I was just. Man, the room isn't that big. It's big. It's a normal size room, but it's not that big. But you ever feel congested? Like I felt like I have no movement, no room around me. So today, man, y'all, I got off my lazy ass and I said, man, you're going to go to work, brother. You're going to put in some work today. So I was working in here for about an hour and a half, moving things around, playing Tetris. You know what I mean? Man, we start playing Tetris, and voila, man. Got the trophy showcase behind me. Man, my mannequin on the other half. By the way, man, that's a dress that I designed and sold and everything. The flower on it. Did y'all see the flower? Eric, man, or Amora Jiva, he did the flower. It got rhinestones on it. A lot of them fell off. I got to embellish or get the dress back in order. But right now, I'm saying I don't feel like doing that right now. I just wanted a nice setup, and I just feel like this is a little bit better than what I had.
That is amazing. The
you.
Fireplace really sticks out. I guess I got to do something for behind me. Where all I have is just this white wall. So
sometimes ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I'm saying? My goal was to try to just get enough light in here so when we do these podcasts, they can see me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's something else I changed because y'all know usually, as dark as I am, I had a light like right there be blinding me, and then I look all bright. Now I kind of got it set up where it's kind of off to the side so you can still see good lighting, but it's not like I'm blind, Ray Charles blind.
Got you. I understand. I'm in that same situation, man. When I was trying to do my podcast, I was all dark. I couldn't see myself. I'm like, why can't I see myself? But then I realized I didn't have a light, kind of like a soft light, kind of hitting the face. I had to research that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? That lighting, I've learned. The lighting is everything.
It's everything.
When it comes to video and photos also. Lighting is everything. So
it's everything. You're right. I had to research that. So now hopefully I can start getting good lighting for these shows.
Right. I think the lighting you got right now is pretty good, man.
Thank you. I
Pretty
just want to,
good.
like I said, I just want to be visible.
Right. Right. Because the first couple times I did this, that was an issue. Especially with us dark skinned fellas,
Mhm.
man, and people in general. Man, you just see me a silhouette and then some big eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Dark silhouette, some big ass eyes, and some teeth. That's it.
And that's how I was. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I was like, I can't keep doing this. I gotta figure out some lighting over here.
Man.
I'm like, if I can't see myself, I know the audience can't see me.
Y'all, we got some good stuff on deck for y'all today.
All right.
We're gonna be talking about this. Love is transactional.
Okay.
I think people really forget that point, especially a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? Like we get into relationships, and then the relationship grow into a marriage, and then it's just like it just stalls out, right?
Right.
And I was listening to this woman talk about the reason why a lot of women don't want to sleep with their husbands and stuff. And as I'm listening to her, and I'm like, man, the biggest point out of all of this that you're missing is that when you get with somebody, there's a lot of days where you got to do things you don't feel like doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. You could be a dude and afraid of spiders. Just because you're a man don't mean you don't have your own set of feelings.
Right.
So you could be terrified of spiders. You see the biggest ass spider that you could possibly ever see.
Mm-hmm.
He the shack of spiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then your old lady be like, oh baby, could you kill that? Now you afraid just like she afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But the protector in you is going to go ahead and do what? Kill the spider.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And then you don't want to kill it. You're afraid of it. You like, if this mud jump, no telling what I'm going to do. But you do it because it's your duty. That's your duty to protect. So it's a transaction. You're going to do this right now for her. Later on, she may not feel like cooking. She been cleaning all day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Feet hurt, kids driving her crazy. But she gonna make sure she get in there and do the best as possible to make you a meal that when you come home, you feel appreciated. That's a transaction. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about love being transactional and some of y'all men being in marriages and relationships. It's just totally oblivious to that fact, and y'all real selfish. But we'll go ahead and talk about that later on. Deal breakers in dating and relationships. We all have them. Deal breakers when you're dating somebody, when you're in a relationship. Also, we're going to throw this question out there. If a woman invites a man out on a date, who should pay the bill? So we're going to talk about that. Why dating someone with children, and we all know this, is an absolute risk. It is a risk when you're dating somebody with children. All right? And it's a video I want to play, and I want y'all to hear what this dude went through, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. Last but not least, if your partner uses your credit or debit card without your permission / knowledge, is that stealing? Are they stealing from you? We're gonna go ahead and talk about this stuff, man. Let me go ahead and swing because I want y'all to hear this video. In this video, let me turn off our, I always call it, I know y'all gonna laugh, but I call this our porno music. Turn the porn music off. All right, so I'm gonna swing on over here. I want y'all to hear this video because this lady, I was like, man, she. All right, hold on. Let me slide on down. Here we go.
This is the biggest reason that women stop having sex with their husbands, and I know what's coming in the comment section, and I don't care because I have to spit the truth.
Can y'all hear that?
And yes, I
A little bit.
I know.
All right, hold on. Let me pause it.
And say,
Let me pause it.
Auxiliary. FN Bluetooth.
All right, so let me just go ahead and get it on a little bit bigger speaker. So there we go.
Bluetooth connected.
All right, there we go. Bluetooth is connected. Because I was like, man, this is crazy, man. I didn't even think this was a thing. It's hard for me to believe this is a thing where men are in marriages with women who just totally not even, I think we talked about this a little bit last week, but it's just still mind-blowing. So here we go, y'all. Well, I thought that's where we went.
This is the biggest reason that women stop having sex with their husbands, and I know what's coming in the comment section, and I don't care. Because I have to spit the truth. And yes, I do know what I'm talking about. I know, Stuart, you're going to comment and say, well, maybe it's this, this, and this, and you're going to get kind of mad about what I have to say, but here's the deal. I have a doctorate in social psychology. I've spent my entire adult life studying romantic relationships, the science of romantic relationships, studying the science as well as publishing in the science. And so I am very well versed in this topic, not to mention that I've seen thousands of clients and heard from thousands of women about why they won't have sex with their husbands. So, Joe, if you know better, for sure put it in the comments, but I think I have some credibility. And if this is a problem in your relationship, you might want to humble yourself and take a seat and hear what I have to say.
Yeah, most guys can't handle that.
The primary reason why women stop having sex with their husbands is because they don't feel emotionally safe.
Yep.
And the reason that they don't feel emotionally safe is because their attachment needs are not being met inside of their relationship. Attachment needs are our deepest needs inside of a romantic relationship. And if those things are not fulfilled, we will not feel emotionally safe. And especially for women, when there is a lack of emotional safety, they start feeling very unsafe giving their bodies to their partner, and they start to feel extremely unattracted to their partner.
Yeah, they become like roommates.
Like they simply can't get physically turned on by their partners anymore.
So I just want to pause that. So did y'all catch that?
Yes.
Okay. Here's what. All right, Sky, if you want to go ahead and take the floor first, or you got an opinion on this, go ahead.
Now, go ahead. What was you going to say?
So I was just going to say this, right? So what if I just one day just said, well, you know what? I don't feel like going to work. Screw that job. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to break my body to just go ahead and help take care of you. Right? I don't want to, I got to go. Why do I got to pay your phone bill? Pay your own phone bill. Why do I got to go to work to make sure your phone bill is paid or your car note? I'm not driving that car. It's not my car. So what if men just said, well, we just don't feel like doing this. We don't feel like changing the battery in the smoke alarm. We don't feel like hanging up these pictures. I don't feel like doing no honey-do list. I work 70 hours all week. It's the weekend. Why do I got to do a honey-do? What if we took that approach? Would that be fair then? Would that be right? Because, man, we can easily do that. I mean, we can easily. It's a lot of time. Sky, how many times I know there's been times where you've done things where you ain't feel like doing something. And you like, right. It's my duty to do it. I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired, but this is my duty. So right. This is what I'm going to do.
I still, even though she has this degree and all this stuff, she's saying that if the woman doesn't feel safe, if she doesn't feel like her needs are met, are we talking about like primal needs, like water and food and clothing? Or are we talking about just like emotional?
She's talking about emotional.
There's too many, because you can have women that are schizophrenic, you can have women that are depressed, anxiety, all type of other chemical imbalances that you can never satiate. So if that's what you're talking about, then that's a lot of women out here not having sex with their husbands. I thought she meant like primal needs to be, taken care of and all that stuff. But if my thing is, if you got to the point where you're not physically attracted to your husband no more, or you don't have sex with your husband no more, then don't get upset when his primal needs is to go out here and find somebody who will do it. Because women, if you're listening, listen to me now, what the old folks told me. Never let your man go out hungry or horny. Never let your man leave the house hungry or horny, because there's always a hoe out there with a sandwich. So
So
a hoe out there with a sandwich. So if you are going through what this lady is saying, in all relationships, communication is the key. Say, hey, I know we ain't had sex in a while, but this is why I can't get turned on. And then maybe something can be fixed. But what I hate about relationships is people keep it to themselves and don't say nothing. That's what caused the rift in the foundation.
And my whole thing is this. You know, if you was getting humped 6 times a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
You was blowing your back out almost every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go through this journey, y'all in a relationship, it grows, and then it turns into marriage. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, he go from blowing your back out to 6 times a week to maybe 6 times every 5 years. Do him a favor. Divorce him and leave him all the stuff. Because since you're the one that fought for it, you're the reason why the divorce is happening anyway. Leave him and leave everything behind and start anew. Then you ain't even got to worry about, man, you know, it feeling like it's a job. Oh my God, this is a job. Because, man, it's just weird. They act like, a lot of these females act like men aren't depressed and going through stuff too. Mm-hmm. And you still obligated to get up and go to work or get up and do whatever it is, whatever duty calls for you to do that day, you got to do. Mm-hmm. Just lay there like Celie did. You know what I'm saying? Let him empty his ball sack, lay there like Celie. You know what I'm saying? Take it, which a lot of y'all probably do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and go about your business. You know?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's the part she missed. She needs to be more specific about what she's talking about. Narrow it down just a little bit more than what she said. Because there's too many variables.
If I play some more, we might get some more context. This is from another podcast, by the way. It's shout out to Coach Corey Wayne. That's where I got this clip from. But do you think I need to play this some more so we could possibly hear more of a context of what she's talking about?
Maybe it might help.
Yeah, let's play this a little bit more, y'all.
If you're not familiar with my content, you might be asking, how do I know what their attachment needs are? Well, there's a lot of information about attachment out there. You could dig through my videos and you could probably very easily figure out the attachment style of your partner. Attachment science has been around since 1958. It's been studied empirically in thousands of empirical studies. Go to PubMed. The studies are out there, okay? Or you can work with me and I'm happy to assess the attachment of your partner. And here's what you need to know. The different attachment styles have very, very different needs. So knowing the attachment style of your partner is really the keys to the kingdom and getting all your needs met inside of the relationship as well. So the anxious preoccupied, their biggest need is love, affection, and reassurance. So they need lots of reassurance every single day that you love them, that the relationship is stable, and that you are in fact appreciative of them. And they really have all the love languages. They just want lots of reassurance of your love, okay? The fearful avoidant, I just did a video on this. Their biggest need is to be able to feel seen, heard, and understood in the relationship, aka trust you to show up for them in a way that feels good to them.
So basically, he's got to act like a man, got to be the leader, got to make her feel heard and understood, regardless of the attachment styles. It's the same two things I see over and over. The woman doesn't feel heard and understood, the legs are going to close. Mm-hmm. Just like she said, she doesn't feel emotionally safe. He's not taking the time to open her up. And makes her feel like he doesn't care. Yeah. Because when you first start dating somebody, he wants to know everything about you. Hey, how was your day? What's going on? But the longer you're together, what happens? He gets more focused on work and other things, and he just stops doing those. Mm-hmm. And then oftentimes a lot of guys are like, well, I don't want to go out on dates so much because that's expensive. I'm trying to save money for a house or this or that or whatever. And she's like, we never go out. We never do anything. And he's like, we just went out a couple weeks ago. And all she really wants to do is go out and feel special and go on a date.
Dress
up, because if the guy cares, of course he's going to continue to date her. You always have to date your girlfriend, your wife, because if you don't, eventually some other guy will.
Yeah.
And so what I see over and over, and this tens of thousands of times over the last 20 years I've been doing this, it's confirmed over and over and over and over and over again. It's the same two things.
Mm-hmm.
The woman doesn't feel heard and understood. He's not taking the time to open her up, care, find out what's going on in her life. And the second thing is that he stopped dating her. He stopped courting her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like women want to be in a love story. And so when a guy stops the love story, when he stops the romance, of course the woman's going to assume he doesn't care.
Right.
But oftentimes the way women communicate what they need, they typically complain, we never do anything, we never go anywhere. And then the guy feels attacked and he wants to say, well, I just spent $10,000 on a nice trip, to the islands a couple weeks ago. What are you talking about? We never do anything.
Right.
And all the woman hears is, nothing's going to change. I've already spent enough money on you. Suck it up.
Yeah.
And over time, after complaining about it enough, maybe the 10th time or the 50th time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, however long it is, eventually, just like, we talked about Giselle and Tom Brady, eventually she heard enough Kentucky guarantees to where he wasn't going to change. It's like, if she wanted the kind of relationship she wanted to have, it was not going to be with him because he didn't get the message. He would not make the changes that he needed to make and that he probably more than likely promised. As she said, he wasn't present.
Right.
He might have physically been there, but he wasn't present. In other words, he didn't make her feel like he gave a shit about her or what was going on in his life.
All right, so there's more of a context. So that gave a little deeper insight of a context of which was a little bit different from what we originally perceived.
Right. Yeah. Well, and so the example that he used was the Tom Brady and Giselle thing.
Right.
And it would be different because a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Tom Brady dated the girl that Blue Bloods. Did you ever watch the TV show Blue Bloods?
Yeah.
With Tom Selleck or whatever. Remember his daughter, the district attorney?
Mm-hmm.
He used to be married to her in real life. So I could see what he's saying with her. But by the time Giselle got to Tom Brady became Tom Brady. So when she got into that marriage, she knew football was number one. Now, the first wife, he wasn't Tom Brady just yet. So she was number one. Football was number two. By the time Giselle got to dating him, she knew before she had the first child with Tom Brady that football was number one. So you can't be with Tom Brady 20 years and then like, oh, he's never going to change. You knew that when you got with him. But now what he's talking about, probably just the average person, the average guy. Yes, I can see that happening because most men, we always go to the next goal. Okay, so I got my wife. Let's get the kids. Let's get the good job. Let's get our finances together. Let's get the big house. Let's get some land. Let's get ready for retirement. Get ready for. That's what we're thinking about. And sometimes it's wrong because we quit dating. And he's right. Sometimes we do. We just quit dating because why am I dating you now? I've dated you. We're together. We're married. Why are we dating? Now we need to move to the next step. Dating is for the rookies. We're not rookies no more. We're vets. We don't need to date. We need to make sure the household's together. You see what I'm saying? So I can see that a little bit. If the woman is like, well, shit, I'm bored. We ain't been out in a while. And you like, well, we went out 3 years ago to Disneyland.
Not 3 years ago. Damn. I'll just say this. I think it's really important for dudes, for us, right? Me. Mm-hmm. When we meet a woman, we got to understand and do a better job of understanding what is it that she prioritizes the most. Does she prioritize a Hollywood romantic love story? Does she prioritize legacy and family? What is it that's more important? Survival or time? And what I mean by that is you can't, unless you're rich, you can't provide both for the woman. That's meaning that if you don't have money, you're going to have to spend most of your time working, trying to achieve money, right? Right. If you got time, 9 times out of 10, you don't have what? Money. So when you get with a female, you got to find out what's more important to her, your time or your money. Because unless you're rich, you can't give her both.
Sure, okay.
And women the same way. Well, he doesn't do this the way he used to, but yeah, y'all was in the dating stages. Now, y'all come together and y'all have more responsibilities. Now y'all got a house together. Now y'all got cars together. So now he got to take on a little bit more. So what is it? Do you want his time or do you want his money? You want him being at work, able to provide, making sure you got a roof over your head along with the kids. You got food in your belly. You got clothes on your back, car notes, everything else is paid for. Now he got time, but it's very minimal. So he can only do so much with it. Or do y'all want the dude that, you know, man, that's at home all the time, but you got to pay just as much in on the bills as him, if not more, because of course he's not working.
Right.
And so.
Right. Well, you said rich, right? So, well, what about if they're disabled or they're on some type of SSI? So now they're getting a check from the government every month, about $1,200 a month, and he has the free time, right? But he still don't bring in enough money to do nothing. So he has money coming in, he has the free time, and it still ain't working. Right. So, you know, I tell these women, you're looking for the invisible man because he don't exist. What you're looking for does not exist. You know what I'm saying? Man. You got to take the good with the bad. But all the stuff you just said, Damo, that's a part of dating. That's a part of getting to know who the girl or the guy is. You know, man. And I don't think people date enough because I hear people talking about, well, you're supposed to kiss the girl on the third date and all this old crap. How are you supposed to get to know somebody if y'all already kissing on the third date? Like, what kind of shit is that? So I always thought dating for me was like months. You know what I'm saying? Right. Really get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can see where they're coming from. And then it's just life. People get bored. Yeah. That's why I tell all my friends, sign a prenup because she'll love you today. And then 10 years later, get bored of you and then be ready to leave. Okay, fine. When you walk out that door, you can take everything that you brought in here and walk out. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we'll go our separate ways, you know?
Yeah, and I give you a prime example. Tia Mowry, right? She divorced her husband, thought it was something better out there for her, thought she had the options that she didn't have really. Still on the market right now. She'll probably stay on the market. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no dude really. They rather deal with her in the form of as a side dude. They don't want to be the main dude. I think a lot of females don't understand that. A lot of these dudes do not want to be the main dude. They want to be the side dude because it's benefits. The benefits of being a side dude is that after he blow your back out, he ain't got to put up with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And all your bad habits. He can just send you back home.
Send you back home.
Let your dude deal with that. You know what I'm saying? He getting the same benefits as your dude, but he ain't got to pay your bills. He ain't got to sit there and listen to your mouth. Yeah, you can sit there and complain to him about the dude you with, but eventually you going to be at home and he going to be out with somebody else or doing whatever it is that he doing when he's not around you. So, you know, I think that's what her, she doesn't understand. Now, she done divorced her husband. She's still out on the market. You know?
Ain't that crazy?
It is what it is.
But I don't know why she divorced him because I wasn't living with him, so I don't know all the details. But, you know.
She just wanted something new. She felt like.
She got bored.
Yeah, she got bored. She felt like that they came to a certain level that there was going to be no growth, right? Right. And so she was ready to turn the page to a new chapter. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to talk about this, a lot of us, I know me, especially when I was really, really young, I did not want to date women with kids. And that's the problem. A lot of us dudes are like that. You know, we don't want to deal with it. And which brings to the next subject that I'm going to talk about of why it's a risk.
I'm Coach Corey.
When you're dealing, hold on, let me pause this and turn this down first. But it's a risk when you're dealing with females, man, or men, I'll say the same thing, vice versa, somebody with kids, man. So give me a minute. Let me go ahead. Here we go. This is a crazy story. Sky, you might have known some people that been through this. I haven't, but
it is true. Now you mad because you caught up. Big sick. Oh, look, I told you.
So let me give y'all the backstory to this, okay? So this dude, he was with this woman, right? Helped her raise, the woman had a 3-year-old daughter, or she was, when he met her, the daughter was 3, right? So he practically helped raise this child. Now, I don't know how old the child is now, but it sounds like he's been with this woman for a couple years. He come home, the baby father who was in prison, his girlfriend had moved her baby father in. Dude didn't have nowhere to go, so she took him in. He didn't even know about it. He come home, baby daddy in there. And he we was talking about marriage, and you was talking about, this journey that you wanted to go on with me, and now you're doing this. So, without further ado, go ahead and play this video. I want y'all to hear it, and then we're going to go ahead and break this down. And this is one of the reasons, this statement I'm about to make, I'm going to make it at the end. So.
Sick. She's sick. You got this nigga in this house right now. Look, I told you. I told you.
Told me what?
He was coming home, and
you never said anything.
I said one thing, but I mean, now the truth is he's coming home.
So why didn't you just be honest with him? So this I be talking about out here. There's women out here, grown women. Grown. You talking about? So why would you do some stuff like that?
I'm really sorry.
I paid the bills here, and you got another in his house.
But he came home. I don't know what else to do with you.
What was all that you was talking about building and growing and all that?
I really planned on doing that. But
planned on doing what? Planned on lying?
He came out of jail.
I've been taking care of his child.
He had nowhere to stay. I
don't give a fuck about him. I don't care about that. So why'd you even deal with me in the first place?
I really wanted it to work.
You crazy. You crazy.
What? So basically, you found somebody else to pay the bills.
So
the guy was locked up.
So what this chick did, right? Her dude got locked up, and she found some simp to come in, take the place of him temporarily. They help pay the bills, help raise the daughter, right? And so the dude finally come home, and she was like, well, he ain't had nowhere to go, so what was I supposed to do? And he's like, I don't give a F about him. I'm the one paying the bills. I'm the one raising his daughter. I'm the one doing this. And she told him, well, he was here before you.
So from the way he's talking and yelling, they probably young, because
he's young.
There probably would have been some stuff that I would have said too. But let me tell you how me at this age would handle it. There's no yelling. There's no screaming. What do you want? If you want him, I'm gone. First off, when you young, you hear childish. They say when you're a child, you think like a child. When you're an adult, when you young, the first thing childish people do is throw things up in folks' face, right?
Right.
So if I do something for somebody, I do it out the kindness of my heart. If we get to the point where we ain't friends no more, I'm not for going on social media. I'm not for. I used to do this for. I'm an adult. I don't need those accolations that, oh, this is what Sky Black did. So first of all, you throwing stuff up in her face, what you done for her, the child, all that old stuff. Grown men don't do that. You do it out of the kindness of your heart, or you don't do it at all. So don't bring them into it. Two, what you yelling for? All you need to know is, does she want you or does she want him? So you'll know what to do with yourself. Because basically what you're saying is, if you want him, you got to reimburse me for all the bills that are paid, the food, and you don't do things like that. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? If I come home,
I think he's in the wrong for that.
Yeah, and he's sitting there, hey, what's up? Who are you? Talk to her. Is this what you want? I'm gone. But all that yelling and stuff that's coming from a childish place, like, first of all, I don't give a damn about him. That he has nothing really to do with it. You know, it's her
Right.
that you need to be talking to and talking about. And if you don't give a damn about him, then what makes me think you give a damn about her and the children of the child? You was just there because you just wanted to be the man of a household. So I don't get where he's coming from with all that yelling and being disrespectful and throwing stuff up in her face.
I'll tell you like this, all right? Because this is the angle I used to be when I was young. If you had a kid, only way I was going to mess with you. There's only two ways I was going to mess with you if you had a kid. And I never dated or messed with nobody with a kid. Because my whole outlook was this. If your baby daddy ain't dead, right? If he ain't doing life in prison, right? Or he ain't all of a sudden fruity, I ain't messing with him. He got to be in one of them three categories. And the little fruity one, I'm kind of iffy on that because he might come back and play for the other team. So he literally have to be doing 3 life sentences, or he got to be absolutely pushing up daisies. Or your kids got to be grown and out the house. Now, if your children are grown and out the house, then he really don't have no other reason to be by, right? So then that changes things. But other than that, I just wasn't dealing. You know, that's a risk you take. The risk you take is when you deal with somebody like that, the person they have kids with can always come back in the picture. They have a history, a unique history with the woman you with, that the woman you ready to invest your future into. They got a unique place in their history, and you can't do nothing to remove that, right? So that's the risk. That's the risk you take.
I wish I thought like you when I was younger. I should have done that because it's happened to me quite a few times. You know, you date or talk to somebody, and then next thing you know, they call you and be like, "Hey, my baby daddy's out of jail." I was like, "Okay," and then he goes back into jail. Then they give you a call back, or you go over there one day like, "Who is he?" Well, he's back out of jail now. He's living with us. Or like, okay, that means I'm out the picture. So God, I wish I would have thought the way it would have saved me a lot of headache. Back in my younger days, I'd have thought just like that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem
I know a lot of women will have an issue with me saying that, right? But it's just too big of a risk. You know, I understand. I think he's wrong in addressing it. I can understand his frustrations, but the best thing, you're right, Sky, the best thing that he could have did is moved on. You invested in a lemon. The lemon showed itself to be a lemon. You live, you learn, you move on. This is why you got to do your homework. And once you start seeing that the lemon is a lemon, then you got to treat it as such. He did. You know, he knew he had a baby daddy, you know what I'm saying, that was in jail and he wasn't doing life. And eventually he will come home. Then what? That dude is the one that's put that seed in that. He's planted that seed in the ground. How can you compete with that?
That's right. Planted the seed, and then you see his harvest every day walking around, right? I wish I would have still thought like that. And you know, the crazy part is I tell folks all the time that back in the 90s, I was Uber and Lyft before it actually was, right? Because a lot of these girls, whether I was just friends with them or dealing with them, the baby daddies wasn't shit any damn way. So a lot of them use their kids to get what they wanted. And I guess that's what sucked me in because the child is innocent, right? The child didn't ask to be here. So when the baby daddy's in jail or sleep with somebody else or moved on, you're like, okay, I'll come in and help. And if it leads to a relationship, fine. If it don't, but then like you said, anytime the baby, he gets what did she call it? Something free card, a pass or whatever, where he can come back at any time. You know what I'm saying? Just out the blue and do whatever he want to do and leave. So I'm with you on that. And it's sad that at this age, I have to agree wholeheartedly that if you want to get somebody killed, you find out that they can't start.
Yeah. Which brings me, I'm glad that I jumped into that, because the next thing we're going to talk about, I want to talk about is deal breakers in dating and in relationships? Like, what are some, I got my deal breakers, but what are some deal breakers that for you that you just like, nah, time to move on?
Are we talking about in a relationship or before a relationship?
And both. Like dating,
Okay.
the dating stages, and when you get into a relationship.
I think in my younger days, a deal breaker was just lying, because I thought whether we friends or we dating or we just having sex, where's the loyalty? And if you gonna lie about something, that means you're not loyal at all. I sometimes, even to this day, like, oh, you was having sex with that person, at least you honest with me. I can still be cordial, be friends, whatever, because at least you're being honest. But the lying is what gets me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like thieves, but I can respect the honesty, right? But now, boy, at this age, because I've done my time. I tell people raising kids is like prison. I've done my 18 years. My oldest child.
You did your sentence.
Yeah. In 2018, my youngest child turned 18, right?
Right.
At this age, I don't have the time to be dealing with, like, on a daily basis. Young kids, puppies, kittens, bunnies. Now I can probably deal with goldfish, but those to me are deal breakers, because you used to waking up in your house and it's quiet. You know what I'm saying? Or you come in and come and go as you please and things like that. So those are deal breakers to me as far as being in a relationship and about to be in a relationship. What is it that you bring into the table? You know what I'm saying? If it's something else I got to feed, that's probably a deal breaker. If I look at it, whether it's on 2 legs or 4 legs, and I say something to it, and it looks back at me and don't understand what I'm saying, that's a deal breaker. Maybe when I turn 65, 70, if things might change. But man, you don't know how it feels, man. To your kids are grown, you're by yourself.
That peace of mind.
All the money that you're making is yours. You decide what you want to do with it. Man, that's the American dream right there.
That is absolutely hilarious. That is hilarious, man. My deal breaker is, I think for dating, is somebody that put an expectation on my wallet. Meaning that you see these videos where you get these females that want a dude to take them to a 4 or 5 star restaurant. And it's like, nah, you ain't never took yourself to no 3, 4, 5 star restaurant.
Thank you.
So if you ain't took yourself to one, you can't pronunciate anything on this menu.
Right.
Why am I taking you? Why do you feel like I'm obligated with my hard-earned money to take you out on a date, and then what I get out of it? What, your company? I can get company anywhere. Company don't cost any. You can get company for free.
That's right.
So what am I getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Am I getting some head out of this? Am I gonna slap some cheeks? What am I getting out of this? I ate, you ate. Your belly full like mine. Only thing is, my wallet is a little less, just a little bit more empty than yours.
Right.
So what am I getting out of this? That's a deal breaker for me. You put an expectation on my wallet. Why can't it be like the old way? Used to go on a date, it didn't matter where y'all go, as long as y'all was together. Y'all could go on the picnic. Y'all could go on the walk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could go get some ice cream and just sit and have a long conversation.
Right.
These expectations of these dates now, I take you, can some friends come? Now all of a sudden I got to pay for you and your broke friends? Man.
I've done it. Or you take somebody out and they're like, well, can we order something to bring home for my kids? Okay. To-go box, well, hey, whatever she wants to order, and then she wrap it up and take it home to her children. But for me, like, let's just say what you're saying. Okay, so depending on how she is, if I take her out to eat and she's willing to sleep with me on the first date, I will reject it. Because if you sleep with me on the first date, I know you tomorrow, if you go on another date, you first sleep with them on the first date. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. I would never be like expecting any woman to give herself up to me within the first 2 or 3 months, because I'm thinking, if you're doing it to me, I know that when I ain't around you, you dating somebody else and doing that to them. You see what I'm saying? So
Man,
I try to get my feelings off of that. And as far as taking them to expensive restaurants, you right, they ain't never been. So you want me to take you to PF Chains and spend $200-300 on you? Are you worth $200-300 on a first date? I don't even know you. You don't know me. So whether you put out or not, are you? Even if you put out, is that even worth $300? Think about what you know what I'm saying. Like, is anything that you have on or in your body or around you worth $300? Is your head game worth $300? Like, what is it that you bring to the table? Now, if you Michelle Obama or somebody, then hell yeah, I might take you to a 5-star hotel. Hell, you the former first lady of the United States. But I just met you because your homegirl said I got a cousin who's single, and will you take her out? Or we want to double date. My cousin ain't got nobody. Will you be, how they hook you up? God, all those damn horrible ass hookups. And the first thing I asked was, where are we going? We go to this 5-star restaurant. I'm sorry, I didn't get paid this week. Knowing damn well I did, but I didn't get paid this week. I'm sorry. I had a bill come up. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all, man, gonna roll a little different. If I take you on 10 dates, and each date I done spent $20, that means in the first 10 dates, that's $200.
That's right.
Put out on not the first night, better be the second or third. I need to get my 200 pumps back. If you're gonna get $200 out of me, then I need to get 200 pumps out of you. You hear me? No. There's certain things, there's some rules to it now that I am gonna say that I agree with Scott. I don't have no problem if we got down on the first night. I don't have no problem waiting either, but I don't got no. But if you're gonna let me do something without protection, hold on, ho. Something wrong with that cootie. Because if you letting me, a stranger, on the first night, clap them cheeks without no damn condom on, you ain't making me run out and get one. You know what I'm saying? Or saying, you know what, I want to, but we ain't got no protection. So the next time, let's work something out the next time. You know what I'm saying? Come prepared next time. You know, not saying that it's going to happen, but just always, I want you to know to be ready if it do. I can respect that. But if you on the first day, you going to let me do the windshield wiper on you, well, I'm just doing this across your face with it. You know what I'm saying? You sucking my stuff on the first day. You know what I'm saying? Getting the cream pie mouthwash. Then I got some questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. I'm scared.
And it's sad because a lot of these girls don't have no value. They think the only thing valuable is giving up head or sex or whatever. So by the time you meet them, that's the first thing they thinking. Oh, well, I've slept with the first 9 guys on the first date. Here's Sky Black number 10. I got to sleep with him on the first date.
It is what a lot of them got to offer. A lot of them can't cook. A lot of them can't clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at their feet. Look at their feet, man. If their feet look bad, that let you know, okay, she don't even clean herself. I know her house ain't clean. Look at her fingernails. If she got them long Wolverine nails, it's a no-go. You ain't even wiping properly. How you wiping properly as nails? You know what I'm saying? You know you ain't getting that thing clean all the way. So certain things dudes gotta look for. It's certain stuff.
What about another variable? What about looks? Because see, I came out of Edge here. That's South Nashville, right? And a lot of these girls only had faces that their mama could love. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these girls was just woo, that's why
makeup sells the way it do.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, makeup and have chicks looking like Beyonce, and then you wake up in the morning next to Whoopi Goldberg. So
I'm telling you, when you said Wolverine, made me think about a lot of those girls that came out of them projects out there. Like, man, I don't know what you learned, what you've been told, but
there's some chicks that'll go down on the first night with certain Pacific dudes. Like, they go by the vibe, and you do think about that. You do think, like, damn, if I got it this easy. But you got to determine, well, how much work did I put into this date to get to this point. Maybe my swag just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But there's certain things you got to think about that you do. But, you know, if you said a couple words, and that's the thing, the issue I have with a lot of females. They fall in love with words instead of action.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a strong enough mouthpiece, if you look handsome enough, and you got a strong enough tongue game, and I don't mean tongue like they thinking some of y'all freaks on here. I'm talking about, man, you know how to work that mouthpiece, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got some of them fall in love with that. Dang, I just like his whole style and the way he dressed and the way he speak and command, and you know what I'm saying? Like, well, what about his actions? So
that's right. And a friend of mine told me a long time ago, conversation rules the nation.
Yeah, it do.
I said, well, guess I won't be ruling shit because I'm such an introvert. I don't talk to folks no way. But yeah, I got some friends that you look at them like, man, I know you ain't shit, and they'll tell you they ain't shit. But
yeah,
meet the woman like that, man. Especially back in the days when we used to go to the mall, they would meet them at the mall, go to the club with them that night, and then sleep with them after the. I'm like, how did you pull that? He said, man, I just talking. Like, okay,
conversation. The willingness that ain't mouthpiece. It's that when they exuberate, you know, ooze confidence, you know, and they cannot, you know, they can tell you, man, I'm not really that confident. I be terrified, but they don't know it. She don't know it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shoot my shot. The worst thing she could say is what? No.
The Kimbe Matumbo, your shot, blah. That's the worst thing that can be done, right?
That's it.
Then you move, but if you're in the club, that's fine. Then you move on to the next chick.
Right.
She shoot another
they
shot.
Us.
Yeah, it ain't like she's the only chick that sit there. Yep, you're right. Yep. You was right about that. So I mean, it's a lot of variables as far as deal breakers, but
I got another one.
Go ahead.
A chick that right away trying to move in with you.
And this is
or
they
want to move you in with them.
I had a friend, he was a rapper, and his rap name was Play Broke. That was his rap name, Play Broke.
Oh, I like that, Play Broke.
And I was like, well, why do you do that? He said, because the more money I make, the more broke I have to look. And I've even heard rich people say this, the more money they make, the less only rappers are blinged out and got the money to their ear. Real people with money, you probably see them every day like, that nigga look homeless. You know what I'm saying? Because when you tell people what you got or what they think you have, that's when it comes to play. Can I move in? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? I said, you know what? If I start going to the store in my pajamas, they're going to think this nigga ain't got a dime to my name. So I like that play broke. The more money you get, the more money you make, the more you should play broke.
And we see that too. On these gold digger videos, have you ever watched them? The little small snippets that they have on Facebook. I think they are very interesting. But the dude, he looked like he worked at a fast food restaurant, or he looked like he a bum, and then he tried to holler at the girl. She don't give him no play. And these dudes, they come at these females respectfully, you know what I'm saying, with sense. And these chicks just dog. They just be like, no, you ain't this and that. And then they see the men walking to the car, and then they're like, hold on, that's your car? And then they all body language change. You know, so you're right. They think you broke. You ain't got to worry about it. You have less problems.
That's right. Ain't got to worry about it. Ain't got to worry about a thing. So they let you know you come to the table. Don't think that, you know, I buy Ferraris and Teslas and all. Even if I can, I'm not going to let you think that. Because, see, those type of cars will stay at my house and in my garage, right? So when I go meet other CEOs and other businessmen, those are the cars I'm in. When I'm just doing my daily shit, you might see me in a Chevy Cavalier. Right. I don't know if they still make Chevy Cavaliers, but that's what you might see me in, getting out in some flip flops and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know how they take code switching. You know how you talk to black people one way, talk to white people another way. I do it for everybody, depending on. Like when I first go get my hair rebraided, man, I go out looking like some junkie because I know I'm going to one of these projects in Nashville, and I don't want none of them niggas thinking.
And you got anything that they can rob you for.
Thank you. But if I ever go to Brentwood and talk to this white man about getting some money, you best believe that I'm in the Cadillac, I'm in a suit and tie. So it just depends on where I'm going.
Something else, I'll tell you another really big deal breaker for me is especially in women, y'all got a bad habit of doing this shit. Women that feel like they gotta get the attention and validation from other people. They prioritize that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, baby, let's have movie night. And then you movie night, and the whole time they like this. Or they like this. Girl, you know what I'm saying? And involved in other people's business. You know? Or, I gotta be here. I gotta go to this event. You know? And it's like, damn, you hang with them people more than you hang with me. You know what I'm saying? That's a deal breaker.
Have you ever been sitting next to a girl and she's on her phone or doing? I'm watching the movie. I can multitask. I was like, you know what? Well, this will be the last movie me and you will be watching and multitasking. You know, I'm not spending money to see movies or watching movies with you, and you ain't paying attention to the movie. You still on your phone on social media, texting, and if it's an emergency, I get it. But that type of shit, that drives me fucking crazy.
And I think you gotta to be able to be like that, where it's like, okay, is you have to be together some years, right? Because it don't bother you as much. But when you're in the dating stages or you're in the beginning of the relationship stages, and that's an issue, that's not a good issue to have.
And then to me, it just lets me know what goes on up here. So I was on a set, you know, last year I shot for ESPN and College Game Day last year. You know, I don't know if you ever watched it on Saturdays, but they had like the opening package. I was in that. So I met this girl on the set, and she told me she was a professional nanny. I didn't know what a professional nanny was, right? All I wanted to do was talk to her about that industry and because I didn't know. It was my curiosity. So that's the type of conversations I like to be in. I like to know, oh, you do this for a living? I've never heard of that a day in my life. Right. I don't get those conversations anymore. It's like you said, it's up front with the gold digging. What do you bring to the table? And I'm thinking, well, shit, what do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you want my attention, it's the conversation that gets my attention. Teach me something new. Tell me something I don't know. You know, I like to learn new things. If you just talking about this love and hip hop bullshit and all that old stuff,
yeah, like some stuff. Yeah, that's
JDV. You know. What's up, brother? CAI. Yeah, but that's on some old other stuff, man. I can't deal with that.
Let me see if I got any more other deal breakers. I can't think of any. I think, for me, that's about it.
Yeah, deal breaker is where we go. It's the conversation. It's the multitasking. It's the, I don't know if the body count. Oh man, you dealing with neck pain? Did you hurt yourself wrestling, JDV? It's what have you been doing with your life prior to now? You know, if you come to me and you talking about you got 10 kids and 5 baby daddies, and I know when we get through, we only gonna be friends. Right. I don't blame the kids whatsoever. I'll never blame the child. It's the way the adult is thinking. Like, dude, if none of them guys married you, if none of them guys are helping you take care of the kids, if you a child support court every other month, woo, no, that ain't me, because I've done that. I went with a girl to child support court for her baby daddy, so I know how that shit works. So that's just not for me, man. I would love to just meet a woman. I don't know what age. I won't say an age that is in the industry. Let's say she does Bitcoin. I'm like, okay, now you got my attention. I ain't never done Bitcoin before. Right. And we can have an adult conversation, and she can teach me new things and show me new things. And that right there is what I am looking for. You know what I'm saying? But if you talking about, hey, did you see what happened on Love and Hip Hop Miami and New York and all that old bullshit? Nah, you got somewhere else with that shit. Oh, okay. So using the that was the I want to ask about the T-Town Rumble. That's this Friday. So JDV, you was at the The benefit for Diamond's mama. Okay, gotcha. Did you get hurt like in the Rumble, or did you have like a one-on-one match? I'm sorry, Damon, go ahead.
No, you good. No, go ahead.
No, I asked him the question. Yeah, but to me, that's what I'm looking for. You know, or even if you're a woman who sits at home and you watch like crime shows. Like, I'm not even into crime shows, but I love to hear how a crime got committed and how the police solved it. You know, how somebody tried to get away with murder. Like, one dude killed his girlfriend. He took her teeth out of her mouth, so it couldn't be identified. Threw it in the river with the alligators. Burned her body up in acid. He thought he got away with murder, but he kept talking. The police did not catch him in anything. If he said he was at the gas station at 9:54, the camera said he was at the gas station at 9:54. He wouldn't shut the hell up. He wouldn't. He just kept talking about it, and then the little hoes, they were piecing them together, which made them go talk to a neighbor, who the neighbor said they saw him in a car at this point in time, and that's what got him caught.
Wow.
But of course, yeah, I was interested in that, but I'm just saying that's just what I'm interested in, you know, me personally. Right. Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of crime TV.
Yeah.
ID, HLN, all of them. I love them all. So
yeah. I mean, even if you sit at home and watch like HGN and all these home repairs and stuff, yeah, teach me something new. Hell, I might need to learn how to fix something in my own damn house, you know?
Right. And that's what you're saying. You want to have a conversation. Like if I'm not into politics and you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a room for us to have a great conversation.
Great conversation.
Because then it's going to make me go and research and look up what it is that you're talking about.
That's what's up. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. But a lot of them don't have it. I don't know, because a lot of them dropping out of school, they ain't going to college, or they just don't give a damn. I don't know.
So let me ask you this, guy, because, man, this is, you know, kind of going into another subject that we had.
Mm-hmm.
If a man was invited to a woman to go out, or invited by a woman to go out somewhere, right? Kind of like a little date or a little brunch. He get there. Should he pay the bill, or should she be the one responsible for the bill?
I was always taught that whoever does the inviting does the paying. Whether you're married, just dating, engaged, whoever does the inviting. So, like, you're home with your wife, and your wife says, "Damo, I'm gonna get Chinese food." That's her telling you that she's gonna pay for it. Or, "Damo, I'm hungry, I want Burger King." That's her telling you that she's gonna pay for it. But if you turn around and say, "Well, I want this and that," that's you telling her that you're going to pay for it, right? But shit, I've been raised by nothing but women, so all I ever know is pay for it. I'm one of those guys that if I'm at a table full of women, none of them pay for it. I've done that many times. I don't even know these women. I'm with one girl and she got a bunch of girls and we all met at the table. The check comes, $200-300, boom, I'm paying for it because as a man, that's what I was taught. This is what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the money, don't go out. Or if you don't want to spend the money, don't go out. But if you go out, you make sure you have enough money to cover this female. I've covered one female, right? And there was a lady behind me. It was just her. I didn't even know who she was. When I got to the register, I said, "I'm paying for us, and I'm gonna pay for this lady too." And she was an older lady. She said, "You know," I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna pay for you too," and walk out. So when a woman actually pays for me, you can knock me down with a feather. If I was a slave, you could sell me for a penny, because I can count on one hand how many times a woman has ever paid for me for anything, because me being raised by women, strong black women, this is what they were looking for in a man. And a man takes care of the household, he takes care of the women, and no matter if I invite her or she invites me, a woman can invite me right now who makes more money than me. I'm going to grab my credit card or my money, and she will not pay for it unless she just thought, I got it. Because as the man, that's my job.
Man.
That's how I was raised. Damo, tell me your side.
I was raised this way. To go Dutch. Right?
Right.
And I was just one of them guys that when I would date, I would date women that was humble. They had to be humble to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that, man, don't treat me, I work hard.
Right.
Right? So respect the fact that I work hard for the money that I'm about to spend on.
Right.
End of story. Don't take advantage of me because I'm a good guy and you know that I'm going to go ahead and pay for this, and that.
Right.
And once I picked up any sign that from a woman that dollar signs, she prioritized it, I lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
So when I would go on dates, my dates would be reasonable. I would deal with women that were just happy just to be, you know what I'm saying, and that we were in each other's company.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Right.
Or someone that there was no expectations. I pay for mine, you pay for yours. And let's just enjoy each other's time. No expectations. I'm not using you for your money, and you're not going to be using me for no sex.
Right.
And I respect that. I respect that. Because as I'm just going to say it, everything is transactional.
Mm-hmm.
You should never, and you got to be using somebody. You are a user. If you're getting something for free and the other person not really getting nothing out of it. Because to sit up there and say, well, they getting my company. Bitch, who is you? Getting your company, shit, I can go ahead and play with my own self. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to my own self. Oh, that matters. Your company. So it's a transaction. If I'm spending money on you, then I ain't saying you gotta physically sell your soul, but I need to be getting something out of this.
Right. I the only time I've gone Dutch is co-workers. Like when I used to work a 9 to 5 and they were like, hey, you wanna go out to eat? And everybody pay for their own stuff. But if it wasn't that, no, I couldn't. And then I've been out where I was gonna pay the check, and the girl's like, "No, my boyfriend wouldn't like it if you paid for it." I was like, "Okay." And then some of them, the dudes be there, be like, "Yeah, if you want to pay for everybody, you can pay all." You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes be like, "Yeah, he gonna pay. I ain't gotta pay." You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just how I was, man. And even if she is a gold digger and she ain't at least that day I planted a seed in her life and we'll never talk to each other again.
I was like that.
Man.
I was like that. I ain't gonna lie. When I first started, even a couple years after, right? It took a couple years, but when you noticeably get screwed over, it changes you. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, I was just talking about this. If somebody uses me, eventually you're going to pull back and be like, what am I getting out of this? A person being used only going to be used for so long before they ask the question, well, what am I getting out of this?
Correct.
How is this benefiting me?
Right. Well, once they use me the first time, there's never been a second. Because some of these girls will be like, well, since you did it the last time, I need you to go out and do this. I need you to do that. I'm like, hold on now. I don't know you like that. Why you texting me talking about you need me to do this and you need me to do that? You know what I'm saying? Then they get to the point where they feel like, you have to go do stuff. And I'll be like, no, I can't do it. I'm out of gas. Because
it's that entitlement attitude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just blend in, man. Because what one thing about black people, what they think was wrong with all of us, that A, we ain't got no money, B, our credit is bad, and C, we always going through shit. So I always use one of those three things when I don't want to do nothing. I could have a tank full of gas, but I tell anybody, man, I ain't got no gas. Okay, I understand because I'm black. Oh man, my baby mama, okay, I get it because I'm black. You see what I'm saying? Like I can say, man, I can't get it right now. Black folks, our credit ain't bad. Knowing damn well I got an 800 credit score, but I'm just saying, how you go shop and when you get there, like, hey, you should sign up for a credit card. I can't tell you how many Castle-Knots, dealers, Sears. I looked at that white lady and said, come on now, I'm black, my credit. She said, okay, I get it, and walked off. So that way I ain't gotta try to fill out for no credit card. Like I just play the game of life. You remember that board game, the game of life? Yeah. That's what I do.
Smart man.
Yeah, I just play the game of life. You just assume, so I'm going to assume with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And me, I'm just like this. Don't have no expectations of me that you don't want me to turn around and place upon you. Because if I spend $75 just for your meal, not me and your meal, just for your meal, then you know what? I got one expectation, and that is for some knobs to be slobbed. That's it. It's transaction.
Right.
If I got to go in my wallet, then you got to go under your zipper. You know what I'm saying? Or you got
I got a friend that's like, he has two sides of the menu, the friend side of the menu and the F side of the menu.
Right.
And if you on the F side of the menu, the lobster, the steak, anything that's costing $30, $40, and she was like, I'm not going to F you. You like a brother to me. He said, I don't look like your brother. I don't talk like your brother. I don't walk like your brother. You order anything on this side of the menu, you know what's going to happen. So if you don't want to do that, you better flip that menu over and get the, what's it called, happy hour stuff.
I don't get that. You remind me of you like a brother. What? Where is that? You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and call a man dad. Like, no. We like a brother. But yeah. I don't know what's worse. I like a brother or you calling me dad. Come on, daddy, smack this. No, you like a brother. What? Man.
It's crazy out here, man. And then, they were wondering why a lot of women are single. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm going to get off subject, but I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube, right? So there's this young guy on YouTube who knows a lot of Division I athletes. And he was saying that the reason why a lot of these Division I black guys are dating white women than dating black women.
Dr. Umar Johnson. He was right.
Right. But this was a young kid. So he was in college, but he didn't name off the Division I guys that was about to get drafted in the NFL and the NBA. And he was, not to get into a long story, but he was just saying that when it came to the white women, they don't have a problem being with black men when they're dusted and disgusted because they see the potential. With most, not all, but with most black women, they want you to already have the six figures, the big house, the big cars, and things like that. And I've started to notice that. I'm not even talking about dating. I'm just talking about the conversations I've had with white women and the conversations I've had with black women, just on men and dating in general. If it was something with some black women, if you ain't already got it, they ain't running.
But I understand why.
So white women, even if you dusted and disgusted, they'll still bring you home and you feel like family. Because a lot of us blacks, we grew up in single homes, adoption agencies, we had no family. So this white woman then brought us into a house, made us feel comfortable while we were down. So by the time we get to Patrick Mahomes level, this is who we want to be with and be married. Because a lot of D1 guys, they tried to date black women and it just didn't work out. But when they dated the white woman, she was, that word you used, humble. A lot of black women just have not been humbled enough.
But well, the white women, because they've had dads around, they've been taught how to play the game, right? I think women don't really know how to play the game because women are talking to other women instead of really sitting back and listening to me. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down. A lot of white women, man, they see the potential. Everything is based off potential, right?
Right.
Black women used to be like that, but black women got frustrated because they felt like they would help build a man up only for the man to lead them and be elsewhere, right?
Right.
The white women don't really get concerned with that. Let me tell you what white women do. First of all, they look at the potential. He's taking science engineer. You know what I'm saying? He's taking this. He's going to be something one day. He's not that right now, but he's going to be something.
Right.
What they do is they make sure they don't get pregnant by them, the smart ones. They don't get pregnant by that dude while he's on the journey. They wait till he's, he's like months away from graduating. I can get pregnant by him now. Because now if he walks away, then what I'm gonna get when the child comes along and child support is gonna be so much that me and this child gonna be taken care of. Right? If you ever notice, they have kids with the athletes when it's already determined and she knows this dude is over 50% has a chance to go to the league. And if he don't, he's going to be something very successful. You see what I'm saying? They don't wait and at the beginning get pregnant by it. See, a lot of our sisters, man, they come in and let the dude, man, spray the joint up. And he ain't even out of the first year yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all move backwards, y'all move different. So it's the potential part. You know, a lot of women in our culture gotta ask this. They gotta think, Tyler Perry told them think like a man. They don't think like a man. I'll give you an example. If they did, they'd be asking themselves this question. Well, what is it that the man is getting out of this? See, that's a question I tell men to ask women that they're dealing with all the time, especially if they're interested. Well, what am I getting out of this? Because it's expected that if me and you grow, that I'm supposed to be the protector. Meaning if somebody break in the house, I got to take the bullet before they get to you.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
And if I get this career going, I got to be the breadwinner. So my money is our money. But if you work and you make almost as much as me, then your money is your money.
Correct.
So what am I getting out of this? Some ass that was already somebody else that got for free? You know, the dude that probably got it for free probably got the ass when it was at its peak, meaning that it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, that thing was super tight. I'm getting it now. It looked like it got a 1940 fro on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it already got scars on it and it been stretched out a little bit and, you know, it already got some experience. So what am I getting? You know what I'm saying? Am I getting somebody that can cook? They got, family recipes? Or am I getting somebody, man, that's just gone and they just looking at the back of the box for instructions and that's what they going off on?
I get that. You know what? I'm glad you said all that stuff because I thought something was wrong with me because everything I do in my life, I treat it like a business.
Yes, it is a business.
And so that's how I've been looking at everything from whether I'm in school or everything in my life, I treat it like a business. I don't know why. Maybe something's wrong with me. But since you said that, that's kind of how I look at everything. You're right.
It's a business.
It's a business.
It's like when you go in for like you go shopping, okay? You can't just go if you see this nice Pele jacket. You can't just snatch it off the rack and then just put it on to walk out.
Right.
If you want it, you gotta exchange money for the good. That's everything in life really is transaction. Meaning that if you're spending anything, time or anything to get it, then you're expecting a return. Right. That's the naiveness that a lot of women have. That a lot of dudes invest their time complimenting them, telling them what they want to hear. What he's doing is he's investing. He's hoping for a transaction at some point. He's expecting to cash in.
Yeah.
Nothing's free. Nothing.
Not even love.
Anything, and if you are, you're a user. That's why I feel like if a chick was gonna give it up on the first date, fine. Because man, if I gotta take you on 10 dates, by the 10th date, that's $200. When I could just take $40 and go over to this stripper over here and save myself $160 and get my knob slob and bust some cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you paying them to leave. Okay, I'm
Yep, you don't pay them to stay, you pay them to leave. That's right, man. Yeah. What you said, there you go.
So the question is, what is the dude getting out of it? He getting companionship. People think you got to be in a relationship to have companionship. We're keeping each other company right now. It's companionship. It's not romantic companionship, but it's companionship. Right? Man, you know, a lot of them need the companionship from a woman. Yes, but that comes with consequences. Well, what is the consequences? What do you mean, Damon? What is the consequences? I mean, he got to listen to you nag, and he got to hear you talk about some shit that he really don't want to hear you talk about. He got to listen to you bore him and then act like he interested. So he got to attend to your emotional needs. I just heard that chick talk about that. You know, you're not emotionally tapped in until you're not emotionally plugged in. Well, why do I got to do all that? Why deal with them problems? Man, I just work hard for this $60. Hey, you got a light bill? How much is your light bill? Okay, you know what? I'll pay your light bill if you let me clamp them cheeks for about, give me 15 minutes. 15 minutes? All right. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, his nutsack empty, her electric paid, and a story.
Hey, and if you can get a receipt out of it, I guess that makes it even better, huh? Tax write-off. So I can knock on your door, but I can't knock on your hustle, man. I can do.
You know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
The thing is like, yeah, and I ain't no pimp. This is a disclaimer. I ain't no pimp. I never used to pimp. I ain't, you know, but I am going to ask that question. Everybody always talk about what they want. I want this. I want that. I want this. I. But the question is, well, what does the other person really get? Because you're just a mere number. A lot of these females, I'm different. You just one of a billion other women. Yes, all of y'all are different. That's the point. All of y'all are different. But y'all all got the same thing. The one thing that we chase. See, that's the part that they don't understand. Well, I look better than her. None of that shit don't matter. All got the same thing the dudes are chasing.
That's right. You're right. And pimps used to be mad at me back in the day because, again, I would just do things without wanting things in return. Well, why are you helping her? Are you sleeping with her? No, it's just out of the kindness of my heart. That's why they always say nice guys come last, because that's why I'm always last, because I'm too nice. But they was like, if she ain't doing this or she ain't doing that, you shouldn't help her. And I'm thinking, okay, if she's by herself and single, I agree. But there's a child sitting there hungry or need some type of clothing or need to get to the doctor, I'm not going to be like, well, if you don't sleep with me, I ain't going to take the child to the doctor. That's not in me. That has never been in me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've had pimps who say to me, like, if she ain't, I don't care if she got kids or not, if she ain't doing this, and this, you shouldn't do this. I'm like, damn, dude, that just sounds terrible. To them, it did. But to me, it sounds terrible.
I'm sorry, y'all. I am a terrible dude. I used to, you know, look, I'm not going to do, I think your expectations should not exceed that of the dude you had a kid with. If he wasn't shit, right? You know, he got the kid, he's the reason why the kid here. And he got a nut out of it. He got an endorphin, a moment of release and endorphin. And you want me to do it? Oh, you so nice. Oh, thank you. And you know, you ain't grabbed my ball sack. You ain't did nothing. Hell no. Ain't nothing in the world free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are many homeless men out here that need help, and I hardly ever see many women walk up to them and be like, here go this burger. I took about 4 bites and you only got a corner left, but you know, I hope this fill you up. Or anything. You know what I'm saying? Here go $2. I wasn't going to do nothing but get some makeup and to make me look better than I actually look with it. So here, you go ahead and you take it and do something with yourself. I ain't never seen that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes out here. So, ladies, I'm sorry. Thank God I, you know what? Woo.
Yeah. They
I
hated
get
me. Because they were like, man, you over here simping, man. You making it hard for us.
I don't
real
think they
quick.
should be mad at you.
But
I
because
think that's stupid. But
they were
and
saying,
I understand, you're right. There are some dudes that get angry, right? It's the
Right.
same way with, I'd say this with females. I'm going to flip it. Females, y'all shouldn't get more mad at if y'all see a whore. Don't get mad, learn from her. If you see a whore, pick up game from her. Dudes, you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting, man, well, you think he a simp, well, pick up game from him. Maybe if you talk to him, there's something that he may give you that may help you along in your process. You know what I'm saying? And he's entitled. Like, if you, that's how you are. You are entitled to be who you are.
Right.
I am entitled. Just like I don't see nothing wrong. Me and you don't see the same on this, but that don't mean your way is the wrong way and vice versa.
Right.
You are entitled to be who you are. I just know me. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's like they say, helping people is costly. You know, people will use you if you let them. And that's why I'm like that. I understand now people will take advantage of you. They'll use you because the majority of people are selfish, self-centered. So I have to be transactional in dealing with people. Because, man, if I'm giving, and nobody's pouring into me, then eventually there's not going to be nothing of me left.
Right.
And people lose themselves like that. Giving, and people taking, and not making deposits. And then them people that's how people get burned out.
That's true. Because they was like, well, you're going to change the expectation of these girls. They're going to want us to do the same thing you doing. I'm like, nah, they can look at y'all and tell y'all ain't shit. So they ain't not going to, just because what I do for them, they're not going to look at y'all and say, well, since God do it, y'all do it. That's just not going to happen.
And
so
they don't have to, even if the females require them to do it, then move to the next one. Yeah. Why do you got to move to the, do y'all know, man, these dudes act like there are women outnumber us at such a large number.
Large number, man.
I mean, man, we just think about, our minds is just focused on circumference. But the world is much bigger than the mental part of our circumference, of what we see or what we know. There are so many women that you don't even, and vice versa, you don't even know exist. Right? Why get mad? Move on. If this woman got standards and, well, I'm not going to mess with a dude that don't do this and this, then fine. They are entitled to feel like that. But you are also entitled to not deal with them at all. Move on.
Move on.
Well, why you got a problem with talking to me? Because this is my standard. I respect your standard. This is my standard. Take it or leave it.
That's right. And I used to tell folks, don't get mad at the way I live, because I don't get mad at the way you live.
Right.
You know, because I don't think like you think. We shouldn't have to be over here arguing. This is just what I do, because that's how I was raised, and you do what you do because how you were raised, and that's it. And you'll get your women that'll come to you. I'll get my women that'll come to me. It's enough women in the world for everybody. Like you said, they outnumber us, man. Crazy.
Dudes, you can mate every man with every woman, and there will still be almost 60, 70% of women without a dude.
Without a dude. So that's why I heard this thing that all men cheat. I'm like, well, hell, I see why. Shit. I mean, you know, you got all this extra stuff to choose from. You know what I'm saying?
Say
at home, but then you also got all these other girls out here that's single and horny and all this stuff. So women, you got to choose.
You got to think about this, women. Ladies.
Yeah.
They say all men cheat. Let me tell you, it's the other way around. There's a reason why the government, you know how bad women are, and a lot of them, not all. I don't want y'all, not all, but there's a large number, right? You know how bad it is? They won't even mandate paternity tests. So if they're all about children and they care about the well-being of the child, and it's proven that children who have fathers involved in their lives fare better, right? Even if they just know who the father is, they fare better than the children that don't. It's proven, right? They got the stats on it. If that's the case, why won't they mandate? Why won't they mandate paternity tests? Here's why. You would have anarchy. Because there's a lot of dudes that be like, I don't need that to know I'm the daddy. I don't need no test. Whole time, milkman, mailman, UPS driver, Amazon driver, plumber, electrician, roofer, the lawn man, you know what I'm saying? All of them. All of them. She at home, nothing to do. She done clean the house as soon as you left. So from the time you've been gone 2 hours afterward to the time you come home, she got all that time. Shit to do. At home in her row. You know what I'm saying? And she like, damn, I look good. They get horny too. All these dudes knocking on the door. Man, you know what I'm saying? Have you heard about Jesus? No, but you could come in and tell me about him. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And you gone all day. You think they ain't man clapping at? You off in the military. You've been overseas for a whole 5-6 months. You think she waited that long after when you was home, y'all was fucking like rabbits, and now you all overseas and all of a sudden she just quit for a dying love. Man, come on, y'all. There's a reason why they won't mandate them tests. It will be anarchy. You hear me? It will be absolute, it'd be dead hoes all over the street. You know how these cicadas, it'd be hoes laid out in the middle of the street like cicadas. If they found out, the dudes would be like, bitch, I thought little Ray was mine. He looked like me. But see, the dude she fucked looked like you too. Look at Remy Ma. Look at Remy Ma. Remy Ma got Papoose, and the dude she messing with Papoose on looks just like who?
Papoose.
Papoose. That means she got a particular type that she likes. So you be thinking the kid look like you, and yeah, you may be right. But that's because the dude she fucking look like you, dumbass.
Man, and Papoose claimed he never cheated on Remy Ma while she was in jail.
Man, I don't think he did.
Think about that. And then she gets out of jail, and a few months later or a year later cheats on him.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and the dude looked like Papoose. That's the worst word, but this nigga look like Papoose. So, you know, man, I'm telling y'all dudes, a lot of y'all be fools, man, and y'all raised by people that turn y'all into fools because y'all ain't got no daddy around. So y'all mama raising y'all to be fools for another woman. You know what? No matter what, man, you open that door for her. No matter what, man, you know what I'm saying? You make sure you work. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you take care of her and all 4 of her kids by her 6 baby daddies. You make sure you do that. You know, you be a gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, women cheat, women watch porn, women do all that stuff too.
They hornier than us.
If it ain't enough men to fulfill them, you got a lot of these guys, man. I know girls right now that only want to be side chicks because they don't want to deal with him. They don't want to cook, clean, and take care of his kids. They just need to be tightened up every now and then they send them back home.
And look on social media. You know one thing social media has taught me is that y'all don't trust. A lot of y'all women, y'all dating out here gyrating and shaking their ass, and they ain't getting paid for it, but other men is enjoying it. The same way you enjoy it. Other men getting to see, you know what I'm saying, her shake her ass, see her little camel toe print, you know what I'm saying, on all these social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Bigo, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And they got dudes. And they dudes. They dudes. Other men is enjoying them women the same way they dude is. The only difference is the dude got to pay for the date and everything. See, he got to pay for the date. He had to invest to see that twat. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is get on social media and it's right in your face. Like this.
Right, yep, right in your face. Right in your face. Yep. You're right.
That's why people go crazy. Man, That's why people go crazy when they find out somebody cheating on them. I figured that out because it's like, damn, you make this investment. You did all this. You know what I'm saying? You think about all the doors you opened, all the sweet bullshit you done said, all the dates you done went out on, all the gifts, only for another motherfucker to get the same pussy that you got, and vice versa. The women out here at home cooking for they dude, you know what I'm saying? They done let them in, got the windshield wiper, dudes put their dick on their face and windshield wipe their face. They did all this stuff to him. You know what I'm saying? And here they gonna rub his back, wash his dirty ass drawers, cook for him, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that his nappy-headed kids taken care of. And then all of a sudden, this hoe over here who ain't did nothing but walk down the street and look good, got the same dick that she just got. Of course she gonna be crazy. She like, damn, I invested in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I invested to get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Did he got it? You gave it to him with no effort? That's why.
No effort.
And same
No
thing.
effort whatsoever, man.
If you're a dude, and it's even worse for us, because at least the girlfriend could say that the dude quartered her where she was smart to get to that point. We, on the other hand, from the get-go, we expected to do all this, to climb up to get to that coochie. That coochie up here, we way at the bottom. Talk about Ecola. We get all the way up there, and there's another motherfucker sitting there that I came up here on the elevator for free. You declined that motherfucker. They got on the escalator up there already for free, and you declined. Of course you're gonna be mad. You're ready to turn into Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers.
I agree with the mandate. I know I had a bunch of girls yell at me and say, no, it's a trust issue, is that and that. I said, man, if they would mandate every child being born take a paternity test, it would be so many. You know how many divorce papers will get signed before the birth certificate?
It wouldn't
you know how many women will be
divorced
before they even close their legs?
It
You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be a lot. You know what would be happening? It'd be a lot of ICU victims. They had to create a whole hospital and not even call it a hospital. They had to call it ICU. Because there'd be a lot of people laid up in intensive care units. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say this, though. I hate that word being thrown around, trust. Well, you don't trust me. Well, okay, ma'am, you trust me? Yeah, I trust you. So if I told you I'm going to this hotel party tonight and I'm going to be the only dude there, you going to trust me? And it's a lingerie party. You going to trust me? And the answer is no. Then don't talk to me about no goddamn trust. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what somebody doing when you ain't around. That is the most overrated word that there is, trust. You don't know. Trust, a lot of y'all, look, man, this is what happened when they take reading out of school. The definition of trust is blind faith. And the only thing, if you're a smart, intellectual, intelligent person that you should have blind faith in is what? God. Other than that, you're a fool if you're putting absolute blind trust into anything. You're an absolute fool. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, man, you trust. No, you ain't got to act on that. People say, no, you're insecure. It's okay to be insecure. You ain't got to act on your insecurities, though. That's the difference. You can be insecure, but you don't have to act on it. Meaning that, she gonna go somewhere where it's a lot of doctors and basketball players with some money that I ain't got. They handsome, but that don't mean that I gotta act on that. You just don't get caught, ho. Just don't get caught. Ho, you get caught.
There you go. Just don't get caught. And I'm with you, man, because if a girl comes through and say, hey, Sky, this is your child, all the women in the world are gonna be like, hey, get a paternity test, because they don't trust you. They don't trust you. So if this woman is laying in this bed, I don't care if we've been married for 10 years, and you claim I'm the only person you slept with, I still want a maternity. I still want a blood test. Yes. I'm the type that would do it. Yeah, I'm the type every time I want a blood test.
Because you know what, son? Guess who is more likely to get screwed over when it comes to paternity? Who do you think is more likely to get screwed over when it comes to paternity?
Maybe the men?
The husband.
Yeah.
Because the furthest thing in the husband's mind is that what? His wife is intimate with somebody else.
Right.
Especially if he feel like that they have it almost every night. He not thinking that oh, she cool because we very active. Not knowing that, no, you might be with a nympho. She might have it 2 or 3 times before you get home.
And that's why I am so for it. And even if I find out that it ain't mine and you been cheating, well, hell, that's what the prenup for. Goodbye, take your child, go leave. You know what I'm saying? And then to sit here and like Kanye said in the song, 18 years, find out the kid ain't, like, come on now.
You ready to, man, I'm
that's
gonna
crazy, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all. If you
play
them,
I don't tell who y'all are, man. I don't care how long y'all been married, who you been with. Especially if the government gonna pay for it, because you know blood tests are like $400-500. So if the government gonna pay for it, that first girl, you goddamn right, you gonna poke that damn baby and poke her and poke me, get these damn blood tests together.
You know why they ain't gonna do it? You just made a key point, Sky. You know why they'll never do it? How much did you just say that those blood tests were?
About $400 or $500.
Okay, so could you imagine we see it on Maury. I don't know if that's a stage show or not, but you got women on there with the 11th dude. So could you add that 11th?
Yeah.
Let's do the math. 500 times 11.
Maury was probably making millions of dollars off that show. That's why they're able to fly you in, feed you, fly in all the niggas that you've slept with, give you all paternity tests, because that was just a drop in the bucket. When Moore was at his height, man, Moore was probably bringing in him and who's the other guy? The Steve Wilkos show. The guy.
Oh, I know you talking about Steve Wilkos. Yeah.
Yeah, but who he worked for before he did his own show?
Oh, Jerry Springer.
Yes, them two at their height, man, they were making millions of dollars off that dude. Man, so that was a drop in the bucket for them. That's why the women were going.
I'm gonna make a point, and you're gonna think about this, right? So when they're doing a crime investigation, they do blood tests, right?
Right.
So you could do these blood tests when it's a rape. They doing blood tests.
Right.
All the time when you go in the hospital, period, they taking blood.
That's right.
So why all of a sudden it's that much when it comes to figuring out if this man is really the father of this child? It's just like COVID. Why is it that Novolog, you know what I'm saying, and all these other, Ozempic, let's take Ozempic for example. $1,000. But COVID, the vaccine is free? Well, how is that? Why is it you're giving all these millions of people a vaccination for free and you're giving them rewards and incentives to take this medicine for free, but then when they need a medicine that's really life-saving, like Ozempic, or like some of these other medicines, that'll be about $10,000.
Yeah.
So it just lets you know all of it is BS. It's really about what they prioritize and what they want to make money off of.
That's right.
Because if they wanted this to be covered and they cared about a child knowing its real father or not, guess what they wouldn't do? Make excuses of why they can't fund the program.
Yeah. I mean, even if they subsidize it, even if it went from like $500 to $200, I would pay the $200 every time a baby born. That's gonna save me $200,000 over 18 years. So my $200 now might save me $200,000 over 18 years. But you know, you have folks that just don't care. I don't care.
Know what I think they need
I'm gonna raise the baby, and that's fine. Good for you, but not I. Every time that woman laid down, we could be married for 20 years, and every time she popped out a child, I'm trying to figure out, hey, we need a blood test right now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think? I feel like this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I think soon as the baby is born, and that first week is home,
Mm-hmm.
they got the program WIC, for example. So the first time you get it should be free. You should not be able to qualify for it until you prove who the father of your kids is. And they should do it at the WIC office. Y'all know how expensive Similac is and Formula is? If y'all could get that to them for free, then y'all can freely do a DNA test to determine who the father of that kid is.
I mean, they're giving these girls 10K for free, all this old stuff.
Oh,
It ain't for free. Look, it ain't for free because me and you paying for it. Our tax dollars is paying for that 10K, right?
Right, and we ain't even get the booty. We ain't even
and our tax dollars is paying for the EBT too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm for it. That's why I'm all for it. From a financial statement to an emotional statement, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Before you take your child out of this hospital, y'all need to take a blood test. I don't care how long y'all been married, how many times you think and most of them might say, hey, you're the daddy. Well, now I got this peace of mind. I know I'm the daddy.
You should be able to put whoever you slept, the last 7 people you slept with. Now, if you was one of the people that was in some sex orgy or whatever, then of course you can't name. You can just describe. You know, redhead with the little pimple on his eye, you know what I'm saying? And him and his friend. I get it. But some of y'all ones out here that y'all know, y'all need to just put a list together and then go by that. They need to change something. But I'm telling you, they not, because they know. They say dudes cheat. They know it'd be, I think over half of the kids will not be akin to the men that they say they're akin to. I promise you. I bet you'll be over half.
Me too.
And they know it. That's why they ain't gonna do it. Have you ever noticed that there's a lot of females that if you bring that up, I'm appalled. Well, why should that happen? I should be more concerned with your reaction. Who else you been with? Why are you reacting? Because it's like this, Sky. If me and you walked into Walmart and they accused us of stealing, well, initially we're going to take offense to it. But if we know we're not going to sit there and argue with security, well, come on, what do y'all need me to do? You need me to empty my pockets? What do I need to do? Because if I know you ain't going to find nothing, why would I be concerned?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I'm Lynn again. I just had a lot of females upset at me to even talk about it. You know, this trust, this. Well, I'm thinking, well, if a woman comes and knock on your door and say your husband got her pregnant, you be like, yeah, let's take a blood test because you don't trust the husband. You know, at any given time, he could have slipped up and done whatever he did and thought he got away with it. You know what I'm saying? Until the blood test comes in. So I'm for it all.
I don't believe that people believe in trust. They don't believe in trust or honesty. If y'all would, then people would know your real body count. But some of y'all know, man. Y'all know y'all don't believe in honesty and trust the way that y'all say y'all do.
They don't. You absolutely correct. And see, I'm the type of person where if we've been married for 10 years and child number 3 wasn't mine, and let's say they just instituted this.
Yeah, you gotta
I would come out of my pocket for child number 2 and child number 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I know people say having, and this is just my opinion on it. I know people say having children is a blessing, but blessings is like everything else. It has like a honeymoon stage. Babies are pretty and cute, just like puppies, until you got to feed them and change them. And then you start having to put your money into them. So if you going to do that, you at least want to make sure that it's biologically yours. And to all the fathers like me who stepped into a little child's life and raised them, I praise you too. But for those that really want to know, I praise you too. So no matter what part of the spectrum you own, if you just want to know, you deserve the right to know. Even if your child's 16 and you've been with the mama for 20 years and you hear me say this and you go back to her and say, you know what, let's get a blood test. And she's like, 16 years, Then they're going to show you something right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Woman should be like, well, if you pay for it, we can do it. Then she say that, I'll be like, okay, it might be mine. You know what I'm saying? But if she say anything else other than that, yeah, buddy.
Yep, you're right. Yo, dang, That 2 hours went by in a blur.
Didn't we have one
Oh
more?
my God.
Didn't we have one more?
I think we do, and we probably got a little bit of time to cover it.
Okay.
So let's see. I think we did. Let's see what this next one is. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Wait. Hold on, here we go. Let's pull it up. All right, yeah, we did. So we're going to make this. If your partner uses your credit or debit card without your permission or knowledge, is that stealing?
Well, if we've been married for a while, I can't say it's stealing because usually most married couples, you know the password, the PIN.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I mean, if I wake up and it's missing, and then she tell me, yeah, I took it while you was asleep because I was hungry and I went and got something to eat, I don't do shit. I'm just ain't out here buying Bentleys and no shit like that. I don't think I can hear. But if you're dating and she steals it, that's on you. Because first of all, if you just dating a girl, she shouldn't know how to get to none of your IDs, credit cards, money, bank accounts. Especially if she spent the night. Like, if you have a girl that you don't know that will spend the night, anything that's valuable to me is going into my bedroom, and when I go to sleep, I'm locking the door.
Right.
She won't be able to steal not shit, not even bubblegum if I enjoy it. So it just depends on who you are and how lackadaisical you are on what is important to you and what ain't. But again, if we married, then yeah, I know all your passcodes, you know all mine. Because just in case if I die or you die, we gotta get into these accounts and paperwork. But other than that, then yeah, I probably would consider stealing.
Yeah, and this is what this is. This is when I say partner, I'm sorry. I don't mean as in a marital. I'm talking about people that's dating or people that's in a
no,
relationship.
yeah, that's stealing. Yeah, that's stealing. Even if you took a pencil out of my house, it's stealing. It might not be as valuable, but it's still my pencil. So yeah, it's stealing.
Right. So that was and I couldn't agree more. Steal from me, and I'm training my dog to bite your ass. No, I'm just saying. But you know, I agree, man. And I asked because there was this video of this woman who, and I get it, because sometimes, man, you say here, go get your nail done, so go my credit card, and then the dude just simply forget it. Female put it in her purse, and she know it's in there eventually, right? She just probably don't say nothing to you. Well, let me see if he asks about it, right? And then one day she out with her girlfriends, and then this woman spent about $230 at a steak restaurant on her and her other friends on food and drinks. And the dude got the receipt. He got the I can't even think of it right now.
Notification?
Yes. Saying that he spent, $200 something at such and such. And he was like, well, I haven't been there in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, did you use my credit card? Well, you got it. Yeah, I did, on some drinks and something to eat. You got it. Without his permission. So that's what prompted that discussion. Because I was reading the comments, and some people was like, had no problem with it, and other people, they did. So.
Now I have a problem with it, like you said. If it's that person, we just dating, or I just met you, or first of all, I wouldn't give you my car. Hell, I would probably give you my car first and give you cash and say go get something to eat. You take off with the car, I can go find the car. But my credit card or my debit card or my driver's license, shit, nah, you just be hungry. Hell no. If I ain't going to get you just gonna be hungry.
Right.
You know,
so.
And then you gotta be careful when you bring them in your home, because when you in the bathroom or you sleep, they snooping around.
Yeah.
Around. You go in the refrigerator, where my Powerade go? She just stole the Powerade.
Yeah, don't let her put it on you too bad, because you be up there asleep, and she be up there going through your pockets.
Oh man, I know a guy. This is way back in the day, so you know how they had the double knit socks, right?
Right.
He done got so high and drunk, he done went to sleep. The girl sees the money bulging out of his socks. Now he knocked out. She done took a knife and cut around the money, because you know how you have your money folded up. Cut around the money, pulled the money out, and put this and was gone. He woke up the next day, looked down at his day. He got a hole in his sock where she done took the money.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful. First of all, don't get sloppy drunk when you fall out, because I've never been inebriated or high. But to y'all that do get there, why would you get to the point where you can't function and you just sitting there with all this jewelry on and money and guns and shit? You knocked out. You wake up butt naked, not knowing what happened to you.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It happen to dudes all the time. It happen to women too. It happen to women too. Wake up, your mouth sore, your booty sore, you're wet down there, you don't know what happened. You thinking that's dried milk from the night before. No, that's that other kind of milk. It's dried up on your leg.
Oh yeah. It's just some folks, man, that they don't think common sense ain't common.
Right.
It ain't. I'm telling people, common sense is not common, y'all. But you got to, in today's world where everything is just out of control, you have to spend an extra 30 seconds before you do anything in this world to make a decision. Because that 30 seconds that you don't spend thinking about it twice could cost you. Because I got friends who have been victims of identity theft.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes you to get all that stuff back when they stole your identity, took all your money out your bank account, ran up all your credit card. I mean, it takes months.
And once they get that social, once they get that social, your birthday and your name, your government, the primary stuff, man, you got to deal with that for years because it's sold around the internet. So,
yeah. And it's crazy because think of all the jobs you've ever had, Damo. All them people still got your social security number.
Yep.
Think of all the credit cards you still got. That's why HIPAA exists. Cable bill or anything.
That's why some of them exist, to make sure that that information is disposed of properly. Because that's a federal offense for a lot of these companies. That's a big ass fine.
My first job back in 19... Think about it. My first job back in 1995, there used to be a McDonald's inside of Vanderbilt, and I worked there. That McDonald's is not there no more. I'm just using it as an example. So that many years ago, that was my first time putting my social security number on the application. And they can still have it to this day if they didn't get rid of it.
Yep. And that's scary, man, when you think about it. So the moral of the story, fellas, man, y'all be careful. Ladies too. Y'all out here in public, man. Got to be careful how you carry yourself.
Very, very careful. You're right. Absolutely.
Do y'all got Deep Link Radio tonight?
Yes, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then the replay from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Everybody tune in.
Yeah, and y'all know where to find me at. I'll probably be on Bigo. Probably working out, man. Trying to stay on that journey. A friend of mine told me this, and I've been doing it ever since. He was like, just because you're sitting down don't mean you can't work out. So I just sit down and I just curl. And I said, I'm just going to make that, here going forward, I'm going to make that a thing. If I'm sitting down long enough, to just grab me and just curl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on that journey, man, trying to be in the best health I can be in, especially getting older.
What you said, yeah, I can see. My dad, he passed away at 42. So before I turned 42, I was dead, man. I was like, when I turned 40, I was like, I got to make a change. But luckily, I passed 42, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, when you got parents that have died at a young age, you kind of think about it like, damn, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm with you on that, man. I am.
Man, I want to take the time to thank y'all, man. The people that still tuned in now, especially, man, after 2 hours, we really, really, from the bottom of our hearts, can't thank you enough. And thank y'all. I hope to see you here every Tuesday, And the goal is to educate and to entertain. And so we hope that we're doing both of that for y'all.
That's right.
I always like to lead a show with this. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So don't worry about things you can't control. Things that are out of your hands, give it to God.
Give it to God. You're right about that. I agree 100%. And thanks, Jasmine. Thank you, JDVCAI. You know what I'm saying? I hope your neck gets better, my friend. It's wrestling industry, man. Something's gonna hurt. If you ain't break, if it don't break, it's gonna hurt. Trust me. All y'all that wants to be in this wrestling business, talk to JDV about that pain he got going through his neck, but still getting up, doing what he loves to do. So thank all y'all for watching. And again, it's a blessing to do this every Tuesday, man. I'll be excited on Tuesdays to get together and just have these discussions with you.
Me too, man. And probably going into the summer, I can see these shows going almost 3-4 hours, man. As interesting as they get and fun as they get. Them 2 hours.
The other shows, when do they come on?
Well, right now, this is the only one that I'm doing. And so I just show it, but I show it throughout on other platforms. So
Gotcha. Before you go, the guy's name is, I told you his name was J Money. So he said he just added you on Facebook. So when you get off, you should have a friend request. I think I don't even know what I want to say his government name, but he go by J Money. So whatever.
Yeah, I'm putting government out, man.
I don't want to say his government name out loud like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to him. Thank you, Sky, man. I look forward to next week. And thank everybody that tuned in today, man. We appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Yes. And when the show is over with, if you didn't catch the live version, you can catch the recap. And if you did catch the live version and you want to go ahead back and hear it again, you can do so on my Facebook or Sky's or YouTube.
That's absolutely great. And not only like it, but share it. Hit that share button. Share this.
That's the best way you can help.
Share it. If you watched it or watch the replay, please share it. Hit that share button.
No doubt, man. Thank you guys, man. Peace and love. And I hope the rest of the week, pray for no storms.
Amen.
I'm man, because Middle Tennessee got hit somewhere. So I think it was Smithfield got hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 tornadoes. That's crazy. But yeah, y'all be safe out there.
All right, y'all. We out, man. Peace.